its distribution has halved. Researchers believe the key factor behind the falls in so many species is the loss or deterioration of habitat. And they found that it's not just the rarer butterflies that have declined. Total numbers of common or widespread species are also down.
The declines are much broader, and a lot of the species that we're worried about, the habitat specialists in particular, have still continued to decline. However, on a lot of local sites, we've actually reversed these declines quite well.
Among the success stories, the large blue, once extinct in the UK, then reintroduced. New colonies have been established and numbers are still rising. Conservationists say that examples like this show what can be achieved with proper understanding, management and protection of the habitats that different butterfly species depend on. Daniel Bircher, BBC News.
Well, Sophie's here with the 1 o'clock news in a moment or two. Let's catch up with all the latest weather. Here's Nina Ridge.
Hello there. Whilst it's a windy day today, it's nothing compared to the exceptionally strong winds that are forecast through the day tomorrow. Damaging winds, particularly for central and southern Scotland. If we look at the satellite picture, we've got a rapidly deepening area of low pressure picked out here, or that lump of cloud sitting out in the Atlantic at the moment. Ahead of it, it's relatively quiet. There are some showers to the north and west of Scotland. Some of these could be wintry across the higher ground, but for many places it's dry and we've got some sunshine around. Highs in Glasgow are 5 degrees, around 6 in Belfast. It is quite windy out there at times. The winds will be quite gusty as well, but there's some sunshine to the south. Most places having a dry afternoon as temperatures get up to around about 9 degrees. So, as we look out into the Atlantic with that area of low pressure, it's a very deep area of low pressure and it's going to head towards us through the night tonight. The cold air ahead of it underneath the clearing skies. You then add in these weather fronts and there will be some snow for a time for Scotland. Most of that across the higher ground, at times at lower levels, followed on behind by some rain. Some rain across the northern half of the country further south. Yes, it's cloudy, but it should be dry and lows of 4 to 5 degrees. The centre of the low will just pass to the north of Scotland with the strongest of the winds to the south as we go later in the day on Thursday. Winds gusting quite widely to 50, 60 miles an hour. We've got a squally band of rain which is moving its way south across parts of England and Wales. Some more showers moving in towards Scotland later on in the day. So as the snow melts, you add on the rain, a lot of surface water and spray around. The winds later on in the day will gust to around about 80 miles an hour, potentially even stronger than that. So the risk of some damage and some disruption across parts of Scotland. The Met Office have issued a red warning because of the strengths of the wind through Thursday evening and into Friday morning. Temperature-wise, they're up on the last couple of days, 7 or 8 to the north and around 11 or 12 in the south. But a brief mild spell. Once that weather front has cleared away, we're into some very cold air moving down from the north, and it's going to be bringing with it some snow showers. So by Friday, a cold wind, some frequent snow showers in the north and the west. So a lot of weather to come over the next few days.
The BBC is proposing changes to some of its services to adapt to its new funding settlement. The BBC Trust wants to know what you think about the proposals. Find out more at bbc.co.uk/BBC Trust or call 0800 0680 116. Calls are free from most landlines. Mobile operators may charge.
David Cameron says he'll fight for Britain's interests at this week's crucial EU summit on the debt crisis. But during Prime Minister's questions, he came under intense pressure to set out exactly what protection he'll be seeking for the UK.
We will insist on some safeguards for Britain. And yes, that means making sure we are stronger and better able to do things in the UK.
Obesity, alcohol, smoking, nutrition, the lifestyle choices that contribute to 130,000 cancer cases a year in Britain. 3.5 million people are expected to take out short-term, high-interest loans next year as the financial squeeze tightens. The Syrian president denies ordering a crackdown on protesters. He says most of those killed were his troops and supporters. And the decline of the butterfly, why 3/4 of all species in Britain are seeing their numbers fall.
All the sport to come as Manchester City face a make-or-break night in the Champions League. They have to beat Bayern Munich and hope other results go their way to qualify.
Good afternoon and welcome to the BBC News at 1. David Cameron says solving the crisis in the Eurozone is vital for the future of the British economy after his own backbenchers called on him to show some bulldog spirit at a crucial EU summit on Friday. He told MPs that the debt problems of Europe were freezing the British economy and resolving the crisis was about jobs and growth and business in the UK. But the Labour leader, Ed Miliband, accused the Prime Minister of being on the sidelines of Europe. Here's our political correspondent, Robin Brandt.
He's a Conservative Prime Minister who wants to save the euro. David Cameron knows a deal has to be done in the next few days to rescue Europe's ailing economies. He thinks it's vital for the future of the UK economy as well. The Prime Minister has talked tough ahead of the negotiation. He'll offer support to the Franco-German super plan, but only if Britain doesn't lose out. He's talked about practical and focused demands. Protecting Britain's financial clout in the City of London is key.
There is a danger that with the 17 members of the Eurozone acting in concert, that they could, in fact, either exclude us or make it more difficult for UK firms to operate within the single market.
There are also those on the Prime Minister's own side who see this as a big opportunity to up the stakes and try to get power back from Brussels.
We want him to be successful, and we believe him when he says that he will defend the British national interest, and whether